guys. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. If you hear panting, it is Stella. We were outside a while ago. I went over to the food pantry this morning to put some stuff over there, and the electricity was off, and I was like, oh gosh, that's not a good thing. We've got freezers and we've got all that, and so I had to go. I've been going back and checking it just to make sure it did stay on. When they turned it back on, they were working back behind the church, but just doing that, and so she gets hot really quick because she's a black dog, and her fur just collects that heat. You touch her and you can tell it's just miserable for her. But and speaking of the food pantry, we are in need in our food pantry. I had someone go through and clean out and do expiration date checks, and once we got that done, it eliminated a lot of stuff. It didn't eliminate it. We were able to give it to someone who helped 9 families with the expired food. We're not supposed to give away expired food, but this group takes it and they distribute it, and we help 9 families. So it was amazing, but it left our shelves a little bit bare. We don't have any carrots, we don't have any peas, we don't have any SpaghettiOs or raviolis or anything like that the kids like so well. Ramen noodles, a lot of them were gone. We do still have a lot of macaroni and cheese. A lot of our hamburger helper was gone. So we are in need, and and I know it's hard. I absolutely know how hard it is. But if you feel like you can donate, please just, it can be shipped directly to the church at 52787 West Highway 51 in Jennings, Oklahoma, 74038, or bring it to church with you, or however you want to do it. And there is a fly that has been in here, and it's driving me crazy. Now he's found me over here. But we are in need in our food pantry. We don't have any instant mashed potatoes or anything like that, and those always are one of the first things to go because they can use water with them, and that just helps. So if you have any of those items or you want to donate, please do so. The Lord has really been impressing on my heart. It's the best way I can say it, because it's been brought up to, he just keeps bringing it into my mind. We talked a little bit about it last night. We'll talk about it on Wednesday too, but about being deceived. There are a lot of people being deceived into thinking, we have televangelists saying, send me $19.99 and you're going to have $999,000 or whatever it might be. If you do this, then you'll get this. If you send me $100, you'll get it tenfold, and blah, 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 blah. We have a lot of people being deceived. And the Lord has really just dealt with me a lot on it. And so I've been doing some research, been doing some reading, been doing, all I can gather for myself, because I feel like he was talking directly to me. And, don't be deceived by things or people or, what situations look like. Don't be deceived by that, because I'm greater than those things. And so I really have just really been trying to make a conscious effort to be present wherever I am, not worried about anything else, just being in the moment. Went to my granddaughter's and grandson's ball games this weekend, and just present. Not worried about what I needed to do when I got home. Not worried with the fact that I didn't get my lawn mowed this weekend. I'll get it mowed tonight or tomorrow or sometime. I'll get it done. But because I don't want to miss those moments, because I don't want to be deceived into thinking that I need to be busy someplace else. So it's just been a lot for me to take in and to listen and be obedient and to be still when he tells me to be still. And so the first place, and I have this study Bible, and it's a spiral study Bible, but it's broken up into different things. Like the one that we're going to talk about this week is spiritual warfare, because truly that's where deception is. It's in the spiritual warfare. Ladies, if you'll come on Wednesday, you'll learn a little bit more about that, because that's what we talked about last night. And it was really, really, we had good conversation last night and good input, and it was good. But so I'm going to start with, okay, we know what's going on. A final word, and this is in Ephesians 6:10, and a lot of people know this because it is very well quoted. A final word, be strong in the Lord's mighty power. He doesn't say, I need you to be strong in your power. I need you to stand on your thing. I need you to do it in you. No, he's telling us, be strong in the Lord's mighty power. Be strong in his mighty power. Put on all of God's armor so that you will be able to stand firm against all strategies and tricks of the devil. All strategies and tricks of the devil. Because that's who is deceiving us. That's who, he may be using somebody in our family. He may be using someone in your church. He may be using someone in your workplace. He may be using someone to begin that deception. But it's from the devil. It's from the enemy. That's where the deception is coming from. And I am just so, when he places something in my head or in my heart and I'm going through it and I'm working through it, it's scary how many people are being deceived. With this whim and that whim and do this and do that, just be a good person and you'll make it to heaven, and just it's all about works. It's not about salvation. It's all about this and not about that. And it's really scary to think how many people are being deceived, because when the Antichrist comes, we have to be firm in this. To know when he is speaking, no, that goes against what my Lord says. That goes against what the Word says. I'm not going to believe you. I'm not going to believe that. We better get strong in our faith and in our power and in our Word. Be strong with the Lord's mighty power. That's what he's asking us to do. For we are not fighting against people made of flesh and blood. Sometimes we feel like we are, because, boy, that person's constantly on you. That person's constantly watching you. That person's constantly just waiting for you to mess up so they can go call your boss or go call your family or go call somebody. But we're not fighting against that, because that person is being used by the devil. That person is being used by the enemy. They just don't realize it. They think they're doing the right thing. They're being righteous. And it's their job to do that. God never asked us to do that. God never asked us to watch somebody else fail and then call somebody and tell somebody about it. God said, when you see somebody stumbling, you see somebody hurting, you go help them. You don't proclaim it on the rooftops. You don't proclaim it in the streets. You don't proclaim it. You go help them. For we are not fighting against people made of flesh and blood, but against the evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against those mighty powers of darkness who rule this world, and against wicked spirits in the heavenly realms. That's who we're fighting against. Every single day, that's who we're fighting against. We are not fighting against one another. We are not. Are we allowing the enemy to use us? We better be careful with that one too. Make sure our heart is pure, our heart is clean, our heart is, Lord, I want what's best. The Lord made me a cheerleader for a reason, because I'm not competitive. And my kids got a double dose of it, I guess. I'm not sure they got all that was supposed to be for me. I don't know, because my kids are competitive. But I'm not. I want to see everybody win. I love to see people win. I love to see people succeed. I love to see people get a new house, get a new car, get in whatever it is. I love that. But there are so many people that don't love that. There are so many people that are jealous and judgmental, and we talked about judgment last time, being judgmental. And boy, just talking about it, we stepped on our own toes, because we do. We judge people harshly sometimes, when we don't even really know the story of what's going on behind the closed doors. And that's the one that we kept coming back to last night. We do not know what is going on behind somebody's closed doors. I said I was guilty of trying to make everything look perfect. Everything. Job, home, everything. when it was a train wreck. And when the wheels came off, I looked like a big fat liar because I was trying to make everybody believe it was perfect. And I learned, and the Lord humbled me in that, and the Lord has dealt with me in that, and He has helped me through that. But I'm learning who I'm fighting. It's not the person waiting for me to fail. Are they letting the enemy use them? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm fighting against a mean spirit. And I have to remind myself of that sometimes. It's not that person. It's not. And then I also have to make sure that I don't allow any spirit, anything to attach to me. I have to ask the Lord, if there's anything inside my heart that would prevent you from working through me, please, Lord, let's get rid of that. I don't, we have to be. But we are not fighting against each other. Are there wars and where we do fight? Yes, there are. But we shouldn't have them in our homes. We shouldn't have them in our churches. We shouldn't have them in our friendships. We shouldn't have them in our families. We just shouldn't. But we do. That old saying, the devil's in the details. A lot of times he's in our details, and we need to kick him out. So this week, that's what we're going to talk about, hopefully. Last week, last week I did not get on, I don't know, missing a Monday and then trying to catch up every day after that, it got crazy. And then just some other things have happened, and some changes have been made in my life, and so just a lot happened last week. So I'm hoping that I will be on here every day this week and getting to share what this Bible is teaching me and what my word says and all of that. I like being able to do that. Boys Camp is coming up on June the 15th. We will have registration papers out. We'll give them to them Wednesday, but I will also put some in the church, so if a parent wants to pick them up, I can pick them up and take them and bring them back, or however you want to do it, or I can email them to you. If you want to send me an email at kelly.lassiter@ccc-ok.net, I will email you the paperwork. You can email it back to me. But Boys Camp will be June the 15th through the 19th. It goes from 8 o'clock a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. We will feed them breakfast and lunch, give them snacks, give them drink, whatever they need. But it's for boys ages 13 to 18. They're going to have a lot of fun. We went over the schedule last week, and I feel like we got it set up pretty well. And then the girls' camp, we'll have Boys Camp. Then on June the 27th, we will have Freedom Celebration here on the campus at 7 o'clock p.m. will be the start. There will be bounce houses, snow cones, hot dogs, all the things that we've had in the past. And then fireworks at dusk or dark, usually about 9:15, 9:20. And then on June the 29th, Girls Camp starts, and it will run June the 29th through July 3rd. I'm still trying to get my people together. I'm having a hard time finding people that are able and willing to, because it does take time. They have to take time off work. They have to take time whatever. But I am getting that put together, and I will be reaching out to those that have volunteered to help. And same thing, I have the forms. Let me know if you need them for your daughter. Same thing, ages 13 to 18, 8 to 4. Same thing, buses will run. If we need to pick them up, buses will run. And so those are the things coming up in June that are big for us, and I hope that you will support them. We do need, if you want to sponsor camp, I mean, we're feeding every single day. It takes a lot more food and all of that. So if you'd like to make a donation, we would greatly appreciate that. We've already had one person step up and donate, and I'm so thankful for them. But we could always use more because it does take a lot, and the camps are almost back to back. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. It is hot out there today, not a whole lot of wind. we have baby birds above the door of the old office, and those baby birds were just sitting up there with their beaks open. I know they were hungry, but it's also just trying to get cooled off a little bit because it's so hot. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday, and I will be back here tomorrow.